Welcome viewers. In this video, again we are going to discuss about tense, its types. Today's our discussion will be around perfect continuous tense. As we discussed in earlier videos about three different tense forms based on structure and state of an action: simple, continuous and perfect. All these three forms have their own features whereby we have to apply them in our writing, reading and speaking. Now the last and very important one, that is perfect continuous tense. Dear students, if you see, again we have already written here that our discussion is on the basis of structure and the state of an action. Now let us discuss about the perfect continuous tense concept. See, here I have drawn a sort of diagram or a picture wherein there is one car and the arrows are clearly showing us its direction towards right. If you see it closely, you will find that this vehicle or this car, its starting point is Nagpur, and now it has been moving ahead towards its destination, that is Mumbai. But halfway somewhere around Pune, somebody calls to a person, "Where are you?" So obviously the person, whoever is driving or boarding the car, will say, "I have been going to Mumbai." His or her journey from Nagpur to Pune is almost completed and still the car is running on the road, and in a certain time period it will reach to its destination, that is Mumbai. So rest of the journey is in continuous, or you may say progressive form. That's why whatever the distance it has covered till now, that is the action which is completed or over. That's why it is denoted as perfect. Remaining part of that journey is still in process. That's why it is shown here in the form of continuous. So from point A to point C, the journey has been indicated that it has reached up to point B. So from A to B, this entire part or this action is completed. So it is a perfect form of that action. But still the expected destination, that is Mumbai or C, is yet to be completed. So one more part of the action is in progressive or continuous state. That's why here it is a combination of both perfect and continuous. Such a long duration activities are normally indicated by perfect continuous tense. When you are discussing such actions in present, obviously it will be present perfect continuous. When you discuss about such events which happened in the earlier, that is past perfect continuous. And when you are expecting such a long duration activity or action which is likely to happen, you can denote it there in future perfect continuous tense. Dear students, you see here the function which this tense performs, The first point is that any action that requires long span or duration. Please remember, when you are discussing about any such action which required long span or long duration, so such activities or such actions can be discussed or written or spoken there in perfect continuous tense. I hope your idea is bit clear with this diagram, with this picture and with this function which I have already written underneath. Next point of the function is any action that is partially completed and partially incomplete. कोई भी कृति या फिर क्रिया जो अंशतः पूरी हो चुकी है और फिर भी पूर्णतः हो न चुकी, ऐसी चीज़ें दिखाने के लिए एक ही टेंस का इस्तेमाल होता है, दैट इज़ परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस. हम लोग परफेक्ट और कंटिन्यूस ये दोनों भी टेंसेस अलग अलग पढ़ चुके हैं. परफेक्ट इज़ फॉर शोइंग द एक्शन विच इज़ कंप्लीटेड, whereas continuous shows the action which is half finished or which is in progressive state. तो ऐसी कई कृतियाँ होती है जो हमें या तो पूर्णता फिर भी दिखाती नहीं लेकिन पूर्णता की ओर अग्रसर हमेशा दिखती है. जैसे कि कोई एक बड़ी कार्य जो हम लोग करते हैं तो ऐसे समय ऐसे एक्शन के लिए हम लोग परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. नाउ लेट अस सी अबाउट प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूस टेंस. आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन पर प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस टेंस. इस टेंस का यहाँ स्ट्रक्चर दिया है. इट इज़ सब्जेक्ट प्लस हैव ऑब्लिक हैज़ प्लस बीन प्लस V1 प्लस ing plus object plus complement depending on the requirement of the sentence. The noteworthy thing is here that you have to use to have's representatives for present, have and has. Later on your to be's original form be, which is likely to be put in its past participle form, that is been, and later on your action verb having ing to indicate the continuous form. See here it is a blend or a mixture of two tenses together, perfect and continuous. So for perfect you require always the auxiliary to have, later on verb in past participle, but now the thing is here that we have to maintain the continuous tense also. In continuous tense to be plus V1 plus ing, this is a combination. So this has been modified there into to have or has, later on be, but not in the original form be or am, is, a, was, were, directly in the third form or past participle, that is been, and afterwards your action verb along with ing to show its continuous or progressive form. This is the bit complex but very interesting structure of continuous tense, perfect continuous tense. Here is an example. I have been reading a newspaper. I have been reading a newspaper. You can see here after subject I, the choice of have and has. So appropriate form is have, later on be into its third form been, then action is read, which is associated with ing, reading, and later on the object and if required complement. So structure has been maintained, and this sentence you can declare that it is in present perfect continuous tense. Next example, here it is of third person singular number, may it be he, she, or it, or its common nouns or proper nouns. It will always carry has. He has, she has, and it has. Teacher has, student has, computer has. Understand? Afterwards, again be into its past participle form V3, and later on your action verb along with ing, that is reading a newspaper. He has been reading a newspaper. It means that his reading of the newspaper is partially over and still some news items are yet to be read. So that state of action has been denoted there in the form of present perfect continuous tense. Now let us move on to the next point, that is past perfect continuous tense. Structure is almost alike except the change, that is had in place of have oblique has. Rest of the other parts like been, V1 plus ing, and as per the demand O plus C. O stands for object and C stands for complement. So just a small change is here. In place of have and has, only had that you have to apply therein. For example, the same sentence has been just converted into past perfect. I had been reading a newspaper. If you compare it with the earlier one, you will find that the only change that has been here, in place of have, had is put. So it is a very simple operation if you have to convert present perfect into past or past perfect into present perfect. Very simple one. Rest of all your words, been, reading, and other words, they remain as it is, intact. The only change that happens here with the auxiliary had. In place of have and has, had is used to represent past perfect. Understand? Rest of the continuous form is reading a newspaper is intact. Once again, third person singular number I have written here deliberately so as to show you that whether it is he, she, it, or any form, that is I, we, you, and they, won't have any other choice except had. So had will remain as it is for every single subject whichsoever it is, whether it is first person, second person, or third person, singular or प्लूरल. चाहे कोई भी सब्जेक्ट हो उसके सामने हैड ही आएगा. आफ्टरवर्ड्स योर बीन as a representative of be in third form, that is been, and afterwards your action verb read along with its ing form, reading a newspaper. Now let us move on towards the last point of this video, that is future perfect continuous tense. Subject plus shall or will plus have plus been plus v1 plus ing and rest of the other elements, object and complement. My dear students, you see, to represent future, the auxiliary shall or will always be there in every form, whether it is simple, continuous, perfect, or perfect continuous. You require to put either shall or will as per the requirement of the subject. Afterwards, to mark perfect, here the representative of perfect tense to have, but here there is no other choice except have. So only have will be a part of this perfect form. Understand? And continuous is again shown there with been plus v1 plus ing. Rest of the structure is almost alike except these two words which are changed here. So example of this future perfect continuous tense is I shall have been reading a newspaper. If you compare it with your present perfect, if I just put my fingers, I have been reading a newspaper, it is exactly as in present perfect continuous tense. The only difference or only one word which is added, that is shall. If your subject is he, she, it, that is third person singular, or some other subjects like you and they, will always carry will along with them. Please remember, only I and we require shall. Rest of all your subjects will be associated with will. So he will have been reading a newspaper. So this way you can clearly find that there are some minutest changes. If we can handle them properly, we can easily write our sentences in all the three present, past and future perfect continuous tenses. My dear students, I hope you have understood this part very well. Last point of this video that you need to notice properly, that the auxiliaries which we use for perfect continuous tense are to be and to have. You can see here the basic form of to be is be, its second form or past form is was, and its past participle form is been. And for our perfect continuous tense we always apply been. Later on, to have, it has its three forms for present and past, have and has for present and had for past. And the last frame, that is shall oblique will and afterwards have. So shall have or will have for your future perfect. So please remember, to be and to have, which are very essential forms of auxiliaries, which we have to use in exact manner so as to maintain its structure and make the sentences absolutely correct. Dear students, I hope you have understood this topic very well. Dear students, here we have seen three important points. The first one is that this is a last form perfect continuous tense which is normally used for any long or long duration or long span actions. Next, it is used for the action which is partially completed and partially incomplete one. And we have gone through the three different, that is present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and the last one is future perfect continuous. I also made you clear about the auxiliaries, that is of to be and to have. If you have really understood and thoroughly clarified all your concepts, please like this video, share with your friends and your relatives, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.